do you have a single manuscript of this Injil or Psalms or Torah that you have been talking about that have any of these quotes that you've been referring to? I've mentioned manuscripts of the New Testament earlier in our debate. Do you have any manuscripts of this Injil or Torah or Psalms that you're talking about?
The position of the Injil that was in Medina is a similar position to what the New Testament Gospels are in, because you don't have any New Testament Gospel, you don't have the originals of the New Testament Gospels. All you have is later manuscripts.
Yeah, I'm just asking if you have any manuscripts.
Similarly, with the Injil that was in Medina, this is not the Muslim Injil. This
My
is the
brother,
Injil the
you're wasting my
Christians.
time. Do you have any manuscripts of this Injil that you're talking
I'm explaining now.
about? It's a yes. Do you have any
You
manuscripts?
want yes or no question?
Yes.
Yes or no answer. Yeah?
This one is a yes or no. If you have any
No, we don't have any.
Okay, thank you. So you have no manuscripts of this Injil
No.
you're talking about, Torah or Psalms. Okay, thank you. Like I mentioned, we have manuscripts of that existed before the Quran. Can you show a verse in the Quran that says that the Torah and the Injil have been generally, universally, and textually corrupted? Meaning that all Torahs, all Gospels, all Psalms, everywhere, generally, universally, and textually have been corrupted.
No, and I don't believe that.
Okay, so you don't have the. Oh, you don't believe that? Okay,
no,
because you said it sounded like you said that in your opening statement that it's been corrupt. Oh, so you're so all right. So is your position then that there is a Torah, Gospel, and Psalms that are intact, that are preserved here in our realm today?
No.
Okay, so then your position is that it is generally, textually, and universally lost and distorted?
Today, yes.
So that is your position then. All right. So can you show me a verse
not at the
that shows
time
that?
of the Prophet Muhammad. There's a difference. You mentioned at the time of Prophet Muhammad. I'm mentioning about today.
Okay, so back in the time of Muhammad, they had it nice and preserved in their time, while today it's been lost. Is that your?
I never said that. You said that. Do you want
No,
me
you
to
just-
answer?
you
Do
just
you
said
want me to give an explanation or yes or no?
Oh no, just simple. I mean, you can expound if you need to, but just that I feel like that was a simple question. So
You want me
just to be
to
clear,
expand?
yeah, just to be clear, you're saying that the Torah and the Gospel and the Psalms in Muhammad's time was true, used for judgment, but now it's gone. Now they're gone.
Not fully, no.
All right. So where are these? Can we find the authentic parts of this Torah and manuscripts?
In the Hadith.
In the Hadith. Oh, in the Hadith.
Yes, in the Hadith.
So is the Hadith Torah, Gospel, and Psalms?
Pardon?
Are the Hadith Torah, Gospel, and Psalms?
No, the Hadith are not the Torah.
Okay, so they're not. Okay, so you don't have them.
I got you. Your questions are silly.
Well, they're simple.
Maybe to your audience, but not to mine.
Yeah, maybe.
They'll see what you don't understand it, but don't worry, I'll elaborate.
I got you. You said that the understanding of the Torah was that it was the Ten Commandments. Can you show me in the Quran where it says the Torah is the Ten Commandments?
No, I'll show you in the Bible though.
Wait. Why are you going to the Bible? That's not the Torah or the Gospel or anything.
I said in your understanding of the Torah.
My understanding of the Torah. Why are you arguing my understanding of it? This debate isn't my understanding of the Torah or anything.
No, the debate is, does Islam affirm the Bible? So when we're talking about the Bible, we're discussing what is the Torah from the Christian perspective. Yeah, what is the Torah in that Bible?
No, I made clear of what I was proving today. That your Quran affirms, when we're talking about the Bible, specifically the Torah, the Gospel, and the Psalms that it mentions.
Okay.
So that's what
and is the Ten Commandments in the Bible?
The Ten Commandments are in the Torah, yes.
In the Pentateuch, right?
They're in the Torah.
Okay, yeah.
You affirm that the Ten Commandments are in the Torah?
Do you mean the Pentateuch? I'm trying to understand you.
What is the Pentateuch?
The first 5 books of the Bible.
And what are the first 5 books of Moses also called?
The Pentateuch.
What else?
The books of Moses.
Come on.
The Torah.
All right. Let's try this again.
I'm trying to understand.
Let's try this again.
The
first 5 books of Moses. Hold on. The first 5 books of Moses are identified as the Pentateuch, which is also known as what, John?
What is labeled today the Torah? Yeah.
Thank you. So the Pentateuch is known as the Torah. So you affirm that the Ten Commandments are in the Torah, correct?
Yes.
Thank you very much. You just gave me the faith.
And I affirm that the Ten Commandments, according to Moses, was the Torah itself.
I got you.
In Deuteronomy 27, 8 to 10, it says that Moses' concept of the Torah was what was on the stones. This is this is before the Pentateuch was even written.
I got
So
you.
Moses says, you know,
Where are you getting this from?
and you should write clearly all of the words on this Torah on these stones.
On
You
this
said
what?
so the concept of Torah, according to Moses, was on the tablets.
Is that true?
Now later,
wait, stop,
claim,
because you're draining my time because I didn't ask all this. Is that true?
Okay. What?
Is that true? Is that true of what you just read from the Torah that we have today? Is that true? That the 10 Commandments were on the tablet?
No, we can't. I can't affirm or deny.
But I'm asking you to affirm or deny right now because this is the debate. I'm asking.
I can't. Islam does not speak whether it was 10 commandments or not.
So then, yeah, it does. Your Quran does mention the 10 Commandments. It just doesn't tell us whether it's the Torah or not.
The Hadith mentioned 10 commandments, but we don't know if that was
only the
Torah. We don't know if it had more or less or anything. What I'm saying to you is your concept of the Torah, Moses' concept of the Torah,
how do you know
Moses'
what you call the Torah? How do you know Moses? Wait. How do you know Moses' concept of the Torah?
I'm saying according to you.
No, it's not according to me. You said according to Moses. How do you know Moses?
Okay, let me rephrase it.
Okay.
According to you, Moses' concept of the Torah was what was on the tablets.
All right, thank you. According to Moses, what was the Torah?
According to Moses, what was the Torah?
Yes.
The book that was revealed.
What was
from
that?
Allah.
You're just saying, what was that?
What do you mean, what was that?
What was that? When Moses was to open up the Torah or recite the Torah to the people, what was he using? What did he have? What did the people have?
What do you mean, what did the people have? At what time?
Because you're talking about Moses. What was Moses' understanding of what the Torah was? What was he reading to the people?
It was a book from Allah. It was a book that was revealed from Allah.
What was that? You're not telling me what it was.
We don't know. We don't have details
there it is.
On what it is.
No worries. You don't know what it is. So if you don't know what it is, then you can't tell me what it's not. You can't tell me that. Wait, stop.
No, we can't tell you what it wasn't.
Habibi, this is my time.
Because your concept is you're cutting me off of my time, bro. And that's not our concept.
James, he's cutting me off of my time for some reason. Is my mic like not going or something?
On mute. I'd be the same way in terms of protective of my time. Yeah. But in some cases I want to let John finish if it's in the ballpark of what's relevant. But I don't blame you for wanting to protect your time. I'll give you 30 seconds back just because my own dialogue, my own speech here has been so long.
Okay, yeah, I like him to finish too, just as long. But when he starts going off and on, that's why I try to cut it. Like, let's try to keep it concise. All right, so thank you. You said that you don't know what Moses' understanding of the Torah was, and you don't know what the Torah was at all. So therefore, you can't tell me what it's not.
I never said that.
You did. You clearly just said you don't know what the Torah was or what Moses' understanding.
You're putting words in my mouth.
You just said that. Okay.
You're putting words in my mouth, and you expect a yes or no answer.
What was the Injil written?
Yes.
By who?
By Jesus and his companions.
All right. Can you show me the Quran where it says Jesus wrote the Injil, or give me one hadith that says Jesus wrote the Injil?
Not on me, no. I can't give you that one.
So where are you getting this from? That Jesus wrote the Injil?
We have evidence that it was written.
I know. By who?
From Allah. It says it's written.
No, that's what I mean. What is your evidence of who wrote it?
Well, it's an inference, like your inference about the Bible being in Medina.
So you don't know. Is that correct?
It's an inference.
An inference from where?
If you don't think inferences we can know through inference, then you've lost this debate.
An inference from where?
Your whole point about the Bible being in Medina is an inference. My inference is that Jesus wrote it. If he didn't write it, it would have been his companions.
Well, I gave you Waraka explicitly saying that the gospel's there in where Muhammad is. So here's my question to you: when you say you have an inference, you're going on an inference that Jesus wrote the gospel. Where
all his companions?
Huh?
All his companions.
Well, you said Jesus, or when you're saying Jesus, so I'm attacking that. Or unless you want to let that go, do you affirm that Jesus might have wrote the gospel?
Let me clarify.
Okay.
When we say wrote, I don't want you to misunderstand this to mean the words of Jesus or his companions. I mean simply recording what Allah has given to Jesus. Is it? You have to be technical here.
Got
The
it.
point is that Jesus was given the Injil, okay, and either Jesus or his companions would have recorded the words of Allah that Allah gave Jesus.
Got you.
This does
Okay.
not mean that this is written
I got
in
you,
the
bro.
sense that it's the words of Jesus or the words of the companions of
understand.
Jesus, as the New Testament Gospels
I
claim to be.
understand. I understand. Okay. So your understanding is that Jesus or his companions, the companions of Jesus, would have written down what he was preaching, what God has revealed to
Yeah,
him.
that's my inference. Yeah,
All right,
easy.
nice. Okay. According to the Christians, would the companions of Jesus, at least some of them at least, have written down the revelation that he was bringing of the gospel?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So it sounds like to me that you have the same understanding of the gospel that I do, that the companions of Jesus would have written down the revelation that he was preaching about. Thank you so much.
It sounds like that to
I
you. Do you want me to answer?
what-
Do you want me to
I got-
respond, or are you just
I
going
got-
to put words in my mouth?
Oh yeah, I just got a question. This is
Would you like a response?
I got a question.
Would you like a response?
No, it's not. I didn't ask you
Because
anything.
the people know that's not what I said.
I didn't ask you anything.
Technically, if we're sticking to strictly questions, then I've got to hold you to it, Avery, that if you summarize it in a way that John doesn't like, I do have to
Thank
kind of
you.
press you to only ask questions to John.
True. That's fair enough. My bad, John. My bad.
Yeah, because
Fair enough.
Avery is misrepresenting my position.
I didn't
That's not what I
misrepresent you
said.
at all. I'm just quoting you verbatim.
It's a question.
Okay. Okay. So let's see here. So you understand that Christians would have had this belief that the companions of Jesus would have written down the gospel. You believe
Recorded.
Yeah.
Do you have a question? Or are you just gonna,
yeah, I'm building up to
what's
my
the
question.
question?
I'm building up to my question right here. So you have that
Okay, get to the
understanding
question.
of that, and you have that understanding that the companions would have written the Injil. Let me ask
Pardon?
you this.
Say,
Were the
repeat that
companions of
again.
Jesus, dude, stop interrupting so I can ask my question.
I can't hear you.
I'm loading up. Is my volume good?
Okay,
I'm
go
loading
on.
up. So were the companions of Jesus believers?
The command, of course.
They were believers? Okay. It says in chapter 61, verse 6, that Allah would have, he made the disbelievers of Jesus victorious over the disbelievers of Jesus. And in
Yes.
chapter 3, verse 55, it says that they will be victorious and remain victorious over the disbelievers until the day of resurrection. So
Yeah.
did Allah keep his promise in making sure that the followers of Jesus were victorious in spreading his message?
Yes.
Okay, so that means that the disbelievers never successfully distorted or got rid of the message of the followers of Jesus, right?
No.
Like, are you affirming or denying? Sorry.
Do you want me to explain?
Yeah.
Okay. If
If
you
you
want
can
to
in like 30
understand what the, huh?
If you can in like 30 seconds, because I don't know how much
Okay,
time.
if you want to understand what this verse means, go to the tafsir. The tafsir says that this was fulfilled by the coming of Islam and the true followers of Isa, the remnants of them who were around, accepted Islam and became Muslim. And it's Islam that is dominant, which is clearly dominant over the world today.
Yeah.
Or over
How long?
so
How long? Yeah, I got you. How long were
So the
they?
understanding of this, if you go to the
I
tafsir,
understand.
it's referring to them who actually, this was fulfilled by the coming of Islam.
I got you. So I'm looking at. I just want to just give if we're doing this, in Ibn Kathir's tafsir, he mentions how this is talking about even the believers in Jesus's time, and also
Yes.
Jalalain says the believers in Jesus' time and those that will follow them, that
Yes.
they will continue to be victorious over the disbelievers, not only in battle but also
Yes.
in argument, meaning in religious debate.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct.
Okay, that's correct. Okay, good.
So the way that happened is through martyrdom, through being shaheed.
Yeah, but was there ever a time?
With the,
Was there
with
ever
the,
a
with the,
time?
do you want me to answer or not?
Yeah, well, this is my question. Was there ever a time where the followers of Jesus were not uppermost over the disbelievers?
I think your understanding of uppermost is that they will be the most dominant.
That's what it says.
It doesn't mean they're the most dominant.
Yeah, well, Jalalain says they are dominant in argument and they are dominant in battle. So
Yes.
when it comes to religious belief and debate, they win, and when it comes to battle, they win as well.
I don't know what
That's
this point is.
Jalalain. There's Jalalain Tafsir.
Yeah, I'm not sure what point you're trying to make. The
So
point I'm saying is the tafsir of this to answer this.
Mhm.
It was answered with the coming of Islam, and with the initial followers of Jesus,
Yeah.
it was answered with their martyrdom, the fact that they will be victorious going to Jannah through being martyrs.
But
And that's what happened
none of
to a
the
lot of
tafsir, I got you. None of the tafsir says that they will be victorious through martyrdom. It says that they'll be victorious through argument
But what
and victorious
tafsirs
in
don't
battle.
say that?
This is it's not an Ibn Kathir that it says. Do you have a tafsir that they're victorious in martyrdom?
I'll have to check. I don't have to hand now.
Okay, for sure. So everything that I'm looking at, Ibn Kathir, Jalalain, Madudi, they all mention how it's talk about their belief system and their battle and their numbers, them being dominant, which group were accurately conveying the message of Jesus. Because it's like, let me ask you this.
So who's the dominant Christian group? Catholics.
Exactly.
Are you a Catholic? Are you a Catholic?
Well, God bless the Catholics. They're
But are you a
Trinitarians.
Catholic?
Wait, just no, you can't ask me questions. You can ask me later.
No, I'm
But
just
God bless,
wondering,
God,
because you
God
said
bless
the
the
dominant
Catholics.
group, but you're
Hold on,
not
brother.
part of the
Let me ask
dominant
my
group.
question, bro. Let me ask my question. You said that you said that the dominant group were the Catholics, which
But
you
you're
just
not
gave
a
me
part of that
just
dominant group, correct?
excuse me. You just gave me the debate
I
because
I want to
if
give
the
Avery a chance to ask this last question, and we've only got like several seconds, and we'll give John a chance to respond. But I don't
Thanks.
want to cut you off mid question. So if you're able to ask this question, Avery, we'll let John
yes.
respond, and then we have to go to the next section.
Beautiful, beautiful. Since you said that the dominant group are the Catholics, and Allah says that the believers, the followers of Jesus, will remain dominant, uppermost over the disbelievers from then all the way till the day of judgment. Does that mean that the Catholics are actually the true believers, or did Allah fail to keep His promise and the disbelievers actually succeeded?
Is that your question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I mean, I would just go to the tafsir of this, which is it was fulfilled by the coming of Islam. That's the best I can answer right now.
I hate to cut us off, but it is something that you're able to follow up on, either of you, during your closings as well, or if you want to sneak it into the Q&A. But we are going to go over to John, interrogating Avery now for 15 minutes. John, the floor is all yours.
Thank you. So let's get to the point. So Avery, can you just list the 10 Commandments for me? You know, we were talking about the 10 Commandments, and that this was the concept of the Torah of Moses. Can you list them for me, please?
Sure. Let me just go ahead and pull them up here for you. All right. So, Exodus 20, it says, I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of slavery. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall make for yourself no carved images. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. And you shall remember the Sabbath to keep it holy. Honor your mother and your father. You shall not murder.
You shall not commit
adultery.
You shall not steal.
You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness to your neighbor. You shall not covet.
Is that the only 10 Commandments, or do we have another set in the Bible?
This is what we have. That's what I just read.
Okay, Exodus 34, 14 to 26 gives a different set of 10 Commandments. So not, there's a disagreement amongst these two scriptures on what the actual set of 10 Commandments are. I think it works out to either 14 or 16. However, what's interesting is the real set of 10 Commandments has been preserved in the Hadith. So in Tirmidhi, in the authentic Hadith, the Jews came to the Prophet and asked him, what are the 9 commandments? Okay. And the Prophet peace be said, do not associate anything with Allah, don't steal, don't commit unlawful intercourse, don't take a life which Allah has made prohibited except for what is required, do not take an innocent person to someone in authority to kill him, don't practice magic, don't consume riba, and don't falsely accuse the chaste women, nor turn or flee on the battlefield. And the 10th commandment is specifically for you, meaning the Jews, which is don't violate the Sabbath. To which the Jews in Medina said and acknowledged the Prophet Muhammad as a prophet. And they said, you have spoken the correct thing. This is an authentic hadith in Tirmidhi. And this does not coincide with your 10 commandments and your 2 sets of 10 commandments. So clearly the Jews of Medina had an alternative Torah. So this is an important point. Do these 10 commandments that I've just read to you from the Hadith match your Old Testament?
Okay, so first of all, you didn't substantiate that Exodus 34 is offering a different 10 commandments than the first. At best, what you have here is a progression of the story. Since what I read in the 10 commandments is in Exodus 20, then you jump to Exodus 34, which is at a different place in the story of Moses and the Exodus, where you have the Lord said to Moses, "Cut for yourself 2 tablets of stone, like the first, and I will write on the tablets."
I don't want to hear that. I want to, the question I have for you.
Well, you just monologued. Is that? It sounds like you want a dialogue here. So what do you want?
What I'll say, the question was, do these 10 commandments that I just read to you, which Prophet Muhammad said and the Jews in Medina affirmed, do they correlate to your set of 10
Okay,
commandments?
so I'm not allowed to refute the monologue that you went on without asking me a question, but now you want me to answer a question. So okay, so I'll go ahead and answer
the question. No
So
problem.
can you repeat the part about commandments that you're reading about? What the source?
Yeah,
of what
the
you're talking about?
commandments, do not associate anything with Allah, don't steal, don't commit unlawful intercourse.
No, I mean, what is this? What is it? What is this saying? Like, what is the reference? What is it referring to?
What do you mean? What is it referring to? I've just
Like
read the whole thing.
who's speaking and who's like who's quoting
The
what?
Jews came to Prophet Muhammad and asked him what were the commandments that were given to Moses.
Okay.
Okay, he lists the commandments. The commandments don't match your Bible. I was asking you if
does
they
it say
do.
the 10 commandments that were given to Moses?
I was asking if they matched your commandments. You said no, and that's it.
Are you asking if it matches the 10 commandments or does it match any commandments in the Bible?
No, I'm asking, did it match your 10 commandments?
Okay, does it mention the 10 commandments in that hadith?
Yes.
It says so they asked what were the 10 commandments because it didn't say like.
No, it says what were the 9 commandments.
Okay,
and then
so
the prophet gives the final
even talking about
commandment,
the
which
10.
was to them.
Okay, so it's not
Because
even
they were
talking about.
trying, they were hiding the final commandment, which was to keep the Sabbath. This is one of the things that the Jews are trying to do. My point is, this is regarding the 10 commandments. The Jews affirm these commandments. Okay, one of them is don't practice magic, don't consume riba, don't accuse chaste women. None of these things appear to be in your understanding of Torah. Okay, that's the point I was making.
So can I answer? Because so number one,
I think we've already got.
well, no,
to the
I
bottom
get
of it,
to I get to answer you now.
If you can make it quick, yeah, because I don't want you to waffle on.
Well, I don't get it. You're giving monologues, and then what?
No, I was quoting
We'll give you a
that to
chance.
see.
Avery, we'll give you a chance to give a challenge to that point made by John.
Yeah, like I don't
Yeah.
like the way he's doing this is a little weird here.
But right
like
now is a good time to use this time to.
All right, for
give a
sure.
response.
Okay, so number one, the hadith doesn't mention the 10 commandments. You said it is talking about the some 9 commandments that they're asking about. Secondly, it sounds like you're saying if what we have, like what they reference, doesn't match your Bible, then it's not talking about what you have. John, that doesn't follow here. If anything, it sounds like your people are getting it wrong. Or two, you could just take that up with Allah, who gets it wrong when he's actually paraphrasing from the Torah that I have right now in Exodus 21, life for life, eye for an eye, and so on and so forth. So
okay, thanks.
I don't know what this proves.
Can you give me the number of the hadith which you mentioned about Ibn Abbas? You said Ibn Abbas is in Bukhari about him saying none can change the words of Allah.
Yeah.
Can you give me the hadith number?
I don't remember the number, but it's in the book of Tawheed.
Yeah, it doesn't have a number because it's not a part of the collection.
They do have numbers actually.
It doesn't actually. It doesn't. It's a part of the chapter heading. It's not recorded
Okay.
in Sahih.
No worries. No worries. On my channel, I'll go ahead and post the number.
In your channel, go ahead and post the number.
Yeah.
And then so everyone can see.
Sure.
Also in Sahih Bukhari.
Wait, you do affirm that it's in the book of Tawheed, right?
It's in the chapter heading. It's not part of the Sahih.
But it's in the book of Tawheed, right?
It's in the chapter heading. You don't understand the concept of Sahih Bukhari.
Lord
anyway,
he doesn't even know what he's reading.
Just quickly before we go, the 4 witnesses in the eyeliner pot, the Torah that is quoted on the judgment cushion, which everyone is going to remember. The actual judgment that was given spoke about the 4 witnesses in the eyeliner pot. Is this in your Torah, or is this a heretical Torah that was around?
That's not in the Torah that I have today. No.
Okay, so it is clearly at least an alternative Torah that was in Medina at the time of Prophet Muhammad. Considering
it's a misquotation
the
of the
whole
Torah.
Muslim dilemma is based on the judgment cushion and the Prophet putting it on and saying, "I believe in this," and the one who revealed this, and the judgment itself doesn't agree with your Torah, shows me that the Muslim dilemma is finished today. You're finished, Avery.
All right,
There's
now
no
I
chance.
hate to do this, but
Anytime.
I've got to press you,
Okay,
John, to ask a question to Avery.
yeah,
finish, man.
can I respond to that? What he just did because he's been
Finish, man.
responding, giving monologues.
We'll
Can I
give you a
respond to
chance
that?
You
to
said it,
respond to
man.
Avery.
You said it.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Tommy's not going to be happy with you, man.
I bet. And neither is Hamza going to be happy with you because you're making the same mistake again. You're saying, oh, this isn't. If you don't have this in your Torah today, then it's not talking about your Torah. That doesn't logically follow because
Yes,
you have your Quran that's literally paraphrasing from my Torah, from my Psalms, almost verbatim, but it's a paraphrase, not a direct quote,
No, it's all
but
right.
almost verbatim. But so if you have some mention of a quote that doesn't exist or is butchered, that doesn't mean that, oh, it's not talking about your Torah. That doesn't follow, John. You got to do better than that, man.
Okay. Is that? Do I have any more time? What we're on now?
Definitely. You have 6 minutes and 20 seconds.
Oh, that's great. Okay, let's go. Do you have any proof that the Bible is in Medina? What is your evidence that the Bible was in Medina?
Were the Christians there in Medina?
There was one Christian in Medina, Warwick bin Nawfal, who you kindly quoted from Bukhari, who believes in a singular Injil revealed from Allah through Jesus through Angel Gabriel. There was one Christian in Mecca.
Yeah.
And there was Salman al-Farsi in Medina who basically did takfir and on the whole of Christendom.
Yeah.
So, I'm asking you, do you have any proof that the Bible was in Medina?
Yeah. So it sounds like you just actually, gave me the gem and affirmed that that Warwick bin Nawfal, a Christian, had the gospel in Medina. So yes.
It doesn't say that. So
yes, it does.
So your proof is Warwick bin Nawfal. Am I correct? Is that your proof?
That's what it says.
So you don't have any other proof?
Is it a lie?
Oh, now I'm asking you, do you have any other proof of the Bible being
and all the verses in the Quran that say that the gospel is with the Christians?
Okay, great. So the verses
in Medina,
from the Quran,
wherever they are.
Let me write this down. The verses from the Quran, the judgment cushion, and Warwick bin Nawfal hadith. Is that your evidence that the Bible is in Medina?
The Quran, all the Quran verses.
All the Quran verses and the judgment cushion and Warwick bin Nawfal hadith. Is this your evidence that the Bible is in Medina?
All your Islamic sources, my friend.
Okay, so that's all you have.
That's what I have for you.
And none of them
that are relevant for you.
Now, do you have any proof that the Quran and the Sunnah is actually speaking about about your Bible?
Say that again.
Do you have any proof from the Quran or the Sunnah that it's actually referring to your Bible? All these verses.
Yeah, I showed the proof. So number one, I showed how.
Considering, sorry, just to add something to the question, just so you know, bearing in mind that the Islamic concept of Torah clearly describes Muhammad, the Sahaba, and also describes jihad. That the Torah and Injil, according to the Quran, also mention jihad. So my point is, just bear that in mind when you answer the question.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So I gave you the proof earlier, and it's something that you haven't responded to earlier. I gave you the proof of the Ethiopian manuscripts that existed even before the Quran. That existed in the year 500. You have the Quran paraphrasing from the Torah that I have today. You have the Quran paraphrasing from the Psalms that I have today, and saying that the gospel is there with the Christians in their possession. They have it in between their hands. So we have paraphrases. We have acquaintance with the Christians, with the Orthodox Church that had Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And by the way, you misquoted the Hadith. You lied about the Hadith about the 9 commandments. It says 9 signs, not commandments.
Ayah, it says ayah.
Yes, sign. You said commandments.
No, ayah means from Allah. They are commands from Allah.
No, ayah are signs. Ayah means signs. You lied. You just got caught.
Ayah has many meanings.
It doesn't mean commandments.
It's not like.
It doesn't mean commandments.
Arabic is not like American English.
The closings, just because in case you have more questions.
You got caught, John.
You're talking about. What did you say? How long do I have now?
You have 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Okay, so your evidence of the Bible in Medina is Walak bin Nawfal, the judgment cushion, the positive verses that seem to speak about the Quran. This is going to be a problem for you after this debate. And the fact that the Bible existed, therefore it was in Medina. That's an inference.
You have a question?
Yeah, the question is, Waraka, he was open to there being a prophet after Jesus. Do you also believe that there were prophets after Jesus, or do you follow the Catholic understanding that there isn't prophets after Jesus?
Well, the Catholic. Well, let me correct you on the Catholic understanding, just like I had to correct you on the Hadith that you misquoted and lied about. The Catholic understanding is that there is nobody that walks in the office of prophethood. However, there are people who have the gift of prophecy, who are able to prophesy, who
Yeah,
the
but
Spirit
they're
gives
not
this
prophets.
gift to. So there are prophets in that sense.
But they're not full prophets. They have
They are
a type of.
prophets. They're
Okay,
not
so
they are not prophets in the sense of walking in the office of prophethood like Jesus, like
so
Elijah,
according to
but they
you,
have the gift of
Catholics
prophecy.
do believe in prophets after Jesus.
Yes.
Okay, that's a good clarification you made. What else was I? It's funny you mentioned the concept of the Nicene Creed 325, because this is part of your evidence that the Bible that was in Ethiopia was contained the Nicene Creed historically. But what was the concept of creed before the Nicene Creed, and the concept of Bible before Nicaea? Was there a Bible before Nicaea? I'm not saying the Bible. I'm not saying Nicaea compiled the Bible. I'm saying before Nicaea, was the Bible compiled?
Okay. I'm not exactly sure on that.
I didn't word that very well.
Yeah, I don't know.
let me reword that. And what I'm trying to say, what was the Christian concept of Bible before Nicaea?
The collection of the New Testament and the Old Testament.
So you're claiming that the New Testament was and the Old Testament was collected prior to Nicaea?
Well, yeah. They had the writings of the apostles. They had the writings of the prophets. They had it circulating around the churches and different areas with bishops and stuff like that. So, I mean, yeah, they had the collections of these books. Biblios is just a collection of books. Man, you that question.
We're out of time.
Pardon?
We are out of time. That's at least for the cross section. So we actually have a short Q&A. This is only about 10 minutes. So I do want to let you know, folks, we won't have